welcome to Vlogmas Day. I keep saying that! Welcome to Vlogtober, Day 11. Is it the 11th today? It absolutely is the 11th today. We're about to take Clover to the dog park again because that's what we do, because he is a menace without the exercise. I am absolutely talking about you. You are a menace if you don't get your ball time. And I was just looking at my plants and there are so many new little leaves coming up on this Stramanthe, and I just love when that happens. Look, they look like little straws when they come up and they just unravel. They're really cool. But look at her, she is doing really well. I literally almost trashed this plant, but because I had spider mites like real bad back in the day, but it is doing so well right now. It's a monster. The thing is huge, like my hand for scale. And here is the plant. So the thing is huge. It's on the floor right now. I'd like to get a taller plant stand for it so it can be up a little higher away from the vent. But the Adansonii is doing pretty well too. I had let this go for a while, like, I don't know. I just didn't take care of it for a while. And then I got it its little moss pole, and I got a lot of the dead leaves on stuff off it, and now it's doing really well. It has all this new growth on it and it looks really shiny and beautiful. Actually, all of my calatheas and everything else in the Marantiaceae family is doing really well. I feel like I've really found my stride with these plants. I was having trouble kind of figuring out what they wanted, but I can give them what they want, and I don't give them a lot of supplemental humidity in the winter anymore. I just kind of let them, like, tough it out, and they're doing really well, especially this girl. This girl, she is back basically from the dead. Like, I was ready to trash this plant. Like, literally ready to throw it in the trash. I've had this orbifolia. This is Calathea orbifolia for, I don't know, 3 years. And when I brought it home, it was really beautiful. And then, oh, Clover's like, I'm going to sniff it. It stopped sort of thriving. These plants are really, they love a lot of high humidity, and they only like distilled water. Because if you don't get them distilled water, their edges turn brown, and this plant had so many brown edges on the leaves. It looked terrible, and it never grew any leaves. Like, it was just surviving and not thriving. And then one day we left town to go see my mother, and the heat in the house turned off. I'll tell you the story to your face. The heat in the house turned off, and the furnace was broken or something, and we were in Maryland watching the heat go down because we have a Nest system, so we can see how cold it is in the house. It got down to like 59, and luckily our neighbors were home and could let in the repair people to come and repair our furnace while we were gone. We were like freaking out, and the plant got really cold. All of my plants got really cold, but this one was the only one that did not cope well with it. I'll put in a little picture of what it looked like when I came home. Like, I was like, oh no, she's finally kicked the bucket. But I was like, you know what? It's still alive. I'm just gonna cut all the leaves off. I cut it down to the soil level, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep caring for it. And if it survives, it survives. And like, that's like, how long ago was that? January? So like 10 months later, it looks like this. All new growth. It grew these beautiful leaves. They're a little smaller than the original leaves, but they're looking beautiful and perfect. They look like candy stripes. And we got 2 new ones here coming up. So, y'all, plants are really resilient. So if you feel like one of your plants is absolutely going to die, maybe start over from scratch, and you might get a beautiful new growth like this. Plants are tough. Plants are tough! Clover, we're absolutely going soon. Are you ready? You want to get dressed? Come on, buddy, let's go. Let's go get dressed, come on. He lost his ball, but here comes his dad, so he's we're more focused on dad. Go get your ball, it's out there. Go find it. Good luck. It's like right there.
he had a phone call, and now Clover is not happy about it. He does not like when one of us leaves a situation. Oh, here he comes. He left his ball over there, though. But, bro, you left your ball. You left your ball, though. Where it's like all the way over there. Oh, go get your ball first. Go get your ball. Go get your ball. Do you still want to play with this ball? I know you're very distracted. You still want to play? All right, go get it. Come on, buddy. Come on. He'll be back.
So I had my breakfast. I won't eat again until dinner, but I'm fresh-faced because I just am today. I did have like a sty in my eye a couple days earlier, so I haven't been wearing makeup for a few days, but it's looking good. It's looking good. And I painted my nails. I don't normally find the time to paint my nails, but I did today just because I was thinking I should treat myself to some kind of nice self-care behavior. I think I took a little bit of the color off with the top coat, but I don't really care. It looks like cool ombre, you know? Anyway, ooh, there we go. Anyway, while I'm waiting for them to dry, because the reason I don't paint my nails more often is because I don't have the patience to sit and wait for them to dry before I start doing anything, because I'm a busybody, shocker. So instead, I'm going to talk to you. So I think what's going to happen today is I'm going to upload this part of the vlog as today's vlog, and then the later part of today's vlog as tomorrow's vlog, because I have got a lot to do today and I just want to take you all with me. But I thought that I would open up a little bit about what happened to my YouTube channel in like 2021. So when my husband and I were in between houses and we were selling our place, we were selling our 2-bedroom place in order to get a 3-bedroom place because we discovered that we could no longer share an office. I uploaded a series. I was going to do a series of moving vlogs because we were moving to an apartment. We were renting for the first time, us together, instead of we didn't want to go into the housing market and look during the height of COVID, so we were just like, we'll just rent for a while until we find what we want. We didn't expect that to be like 6 months later, but we did. Anyway, I uploaded a moving vlog and I was very frank and showed a lot of the stressful part of moving. I did a segment where we went to my mother-in-law's basement. She's got a big basement full of like storage and stuff. Where we had some of our like taller shelving stuff that we had taken from our old apartment and we're just storing it there. She lets us put a couple of things there because, I mean, she's not really doing anything with the space and we're over there all the time anyway. And I got this comment. It contained some statements that I thought were totally unnecessary, like the fact that I didn't have any children, that I shouldn't have enough stuff, that moving shouldn't be stressful, and I quote, that she thought I was a very organized hoarder. So I was reading this comment. I read every comment that comes into my channel, everyone. I don't reply to everyone, but I do read them all. And for some reason, that comment really messed with my head a little bit. It triggered that imposter syndrome to where, like, is everything on my channel a lie? Has all of the times that I've been in like Better Homes and Gardens and Real Simple and all that stuff that I was proud of a sham? Was I a fraud? And I started to question my own judgment, and it really it shook me to the core in a way that one comment shouldn't have. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was, for the first 24 hours, I was kind of flummoxed about what action to take. And I think in like 2017 I would have replied with something snarky, but I just let it. And it's, you know, I just let it go. But it stayed with me and I let it discourage me from opening up and showing my home a lot, and it kind of tanked my momentum for the rest of the year. First of all, I don't really believe any of that stuff in the comment to be true, but at the same time, I guess in some small way, or at this core of my belief, I was doing a lot of questioning of everything in that comment, and it killed my entire motivation to show any kind of stuff I had going on in my house. Like, it made me not want to upload. I just was really upset by it. And the same commenter kept coming and commenting the same sort of very veiled but obviously meant to be kind of harmful stuff, but like in a very subliminal kind of way. And at one point I decided, I was like, I don't really have the room in my heart for this. I'm gonna like block this person, not block them, but like just hide them from the channel. That means like I can't see their comments. And then I just undid that because I'm like, well, I can either deal with how I'm feeling, or I can let this person control my own behavior. So I undid it. And I think right now I don't have anyone in particular blocked, because if I get like mean or malicious comments, it's like, if my channel is, I mean, occasionally my channel gets like comment bombed, where somebody has like a bee in their bonnet and decides that like I remind them of someone who they hate, and so they write all kinds of like mean and annoying comments on my channel. In that case, I do block them because it just erases all of the comments, so I don't have to do it manually. But eventually I do go and undo that, because I feel like, what's the use of silencing people? If they want to say what they want to say, I don't really care. And I don't care as much as I did in 2021, but it was a really hard battle to come back from that. But it made me second guess everything I showed, everything I did, everything I thought. You know, and maybe it wasn't said to be that hurtful, but I think when you say things like, you don't have any children, I don't have any children by choice, and it's none of anyone's business. But what if I had not had children because I couldn't have children? Then it would have been 10 times more hurtful to use that as some sort of weapon to prove that someone was a hoarder or call them a hoarder. And by the way, a hoarder is actually, it has its own entry in the DSM. It's like a real disorder. We should not go around using that word flippantly. I'm always very mindful of what I'm saying to people in person and online, because I remember that people online are also people. And for a long time, for like as long as I can remember, I have experienced a huge sense of sonder. Sonder is the feeling that, sort of a sadness feeling that everyone around you has as rich and as detailed and as, you know, amazingly like full a life as you're living. It's not always the most enjoyable thing to experience. I feel like sonder is often makes us very sad. On the good side, it makes one more empathetic to others, and a little more sensitive to what they may be going through that you can't see. This is just me retelling the story of one particular incident. Don't get me wrong, this does not happen very often, and I'm not as affected by the stuff I read in the comment section very often. A lot of it I just kind of brush off and I'm like, okay, whatevs. But I do remember having a really hard time with this one thought in particular. And, you know, I guess it was a really vulnerable time for me. I was really overwhelmed by the fact that I had moved for what was probably the 4th time in 6 years or something. So it was a lot of moves in a really short period of time. And it started to really mess with how comfortable I felt showing everything, because it was very chaotic. And I was used to it. I'm a military brat. I'm used to moving around a lot. But I didn't want to move anymore. I really wanted to plant my roots somewhere. So that's why I was really happy to move into this space. And I would really like to make this space a little more comfortable. I was just talking to my husband this morning about how bad I felt about not having the lower level finished. There's just stuff we have to get rid of there, and I've really been dragging my feet on that space, and I've planned it. I have it all planned out. I actually planned it in The Sims. I think I put that in a video at some point, but I have been having trouble making decisions about individual pieces of furniture. Like, everything in my brain right now is so carefully curated. I'm like, it has to be that perfect piece. And I think at this point I need to settle for things that are good and will fit the space. And if I end up liking something else better, I can always just replace it. And bird clock. Anyway, I wanted to just sit down and tell you something that was 100% real. And, you know, something that makes me feel a little bit vulnerable. I am not a robot, and occasionally stuff gets to me. It was a really hard journey to get back to a place where I felt that I believed in a lot of the stuff that I was telling to people. That and with confidence. And I just want to say that if you feel the same, you're not alone, and you're probably better prepared to teach someone than someone who thinks they know everything and that they are perfect, because you maybe are not afraid to make mistakes. I used to be afraid to say I don't know when someone would ask me something in an area where I was supposed to be the expert. I have stopped being afraid of that since I've said, you know what, I actually am not sure. Let's find out together. And it's very freeing. And I just think that that is my main takeaway, is that it's totally okay to not be a textbook, but to be another human, helping another human be the best human they can be. And if everybody would remember that we're all just trying to get through the day, we're all trying to human, I feel like the world would be a kinder, more forgiving place. So that is my ramble today. I was reading the comments on yesterday's video, and thank you, a lot of you who said you're here for the rambling and stuff. I really appreciate that. I know these videos are not popular, and it's not just me, right? If any YouTuber who offers any kind of information puts up a vlog, it's not going to be super popular on the channel, because that's not what people subscribed for, and that is okay. But I just want to let you know that I appreciate every comment that I got from you all. I'm very grateful that you're watching this channel at all, and I appreciate you. I'm very emotional today, as you can tell. It's probably just like the hormones, I don't know, but I'm gonna clean myself up, but I think I'm just gonna stay fresh faced for the day. Maybe I'll throw on a little powder. I don't know, I'm feeling this like new, no makeup, like you got a sty look. Sty's not there anymore, but I'm just giving my eyes a few more days to heal. And I got nails done, so I'm good. So in the next vlog, we're gonna do a little shopping, because I gotta go to H Mart. And if you've never been to H Mart, you're in for a treat. It is the best Korean grocery. Is it a Korean grocery store? Okay, yes, it was founded in Korea, but it is it's like an Asian grocery store there, because my husband and I want to have hot pot again, but we want to have it here at home. I'm gonna go to H Mart. I'm gonna go pick up some stuff. I'm really gonna get like meat and frozen fish cakes and whatever, maybe some watercress. I don't know, I'll ask him before I go. But we'll go to Central Square and have a little fun. All right, I feel nervous about uploading this, but because I feel like it makes me feel really vulnerable, but I think I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.